Y'all, all my videos are for entertainment purposes, so let's keep it real. Don't try anything at home. Thanks, y'all. Now, how would a fairy meet an alien? This was the question I asked myself. Now I have to go find that answer. Welcome to a tiny little magical kingdom called Bithaca. Well, hey, welcome back, y'all. It is awfully nice to see you again. Today is about being creative and just having some fun as you go along. This vlog also coincides with episode 8, When I Lay My Head to Slumber. To support my channel, subscribe and click the notification bell. YouTube will let you know when I release a new episode. Now remember, this set of stories comes from the Minisfield area, so all of my characters, they have to come from the Minisfield area. Well, not all of them need to come from there, because sometimes you need to use characters from other places for the story you're writing about, which is what happened in this story. So, just how does a fairy meet an alien? Let's go round up some characters for our story. This fairy is Fairy Sarah. She works over in the mine area. You can find her usually at Misty's Pond, because that's her best buddy. And here's my Fairy Sarah. I like drawing both the front and the back, because it gives me more chances to do things later in my stories with them. And this is King Blaze. He is the king of Bithaca. You will find him in the entryway. And this is my drawing of King Blaze. I know, he doesn't look like the other one, but that's okay. Sometimes in drawings, you gotta know your limits. And on this one, I know for sure I cannot draw this unicorn. I have tried and tried and tried. So, I came up with this one, and her name is Misty Unicorn. Again, I draw both sides of my pictures. Both Misty and Sarah are from the Minisfield area. Well, here's all the characters that I have chosen. Fairy Sarah, Misty Unicorn, and King Blaze. But now, I needed to draw an alien. And y'all, I don't have an alien. But I drew one. Best I could. I like the cardstock thing because, like I said, this way I can have them, walk out of the picture. Look, watch. There she goes. And here is Molly Alien. She's over in the haunted area. This is the only thing I got that has an alien on it, and it was for a fish aquarium tank. And this is my drawing of her. Ta-da! Well, now that you've met all the characters, we're going to need some scenery. And I'm going to show you how I put all that together. Well, an alien is going to need a spaceship, ain't it? So let's put one together. Y'all, I like using a thick cardstock so that all my drawings will be thick when I paste them to it, so that I can move them around or stand them up or, do pretty much anything I want to with them. Now I knew I was going to need a doorway, so I painted this little frame, and I wanted to be able to have like a corridor in front of it and an entryway into another area kind of thing. So this is what I came up with. I drew my doors, and then I cut them apart, and I laid them down on the cardstock. And I gave them little pull tabs so that I could open the doors. Then you have to line them up. Okay. And then you put on the frame thing I did earlier. You gotta line that up. This is where I get to use the pull tab. Well, eventually. There we go. Look, y'all, isn't that cool? And you have to do it on the other side so that you can use both hands to open it up when you were doing a video. But I needed a scene behind the door, so because my character is going to walk in there. And I don't want just, plain white background. I actually wanted a scene. So I gotta move all this and draw a scene. Let's see. Now, what's on a spaceship? Corridors, of course. Let's see. So this is what I came up with as a corridor. Well, now see, they got the corridor thing in the front, and then I can have the character walk straight through. Let's see. Now I need to put the opening door stuff in and have it in an open position. Do the same thing to the other side once I get it, where I want it. There we go. And of course it starts sliding every which way. There. Now put my frame on. And see, don't it look like the little metal door things have opened? And now my character can walk straight through. See? This was my thought process. What you think? Now I wanted to draw as if they had gone out the other side and they're now continuing down more corridors. And can turn to when you get to the end. And of course my paper wasn't big enough, so I have to make it, kind of overlap each other. And when you do this, make sure your lines line up because that's sure going to stick out. And that looks about right. But there was nothing I could do about that line right there. But that's okay. I'm not out to be perfect. And I told you, mistakes will be made. Now here, I wanted my character to be able to go through the wall. So I used my scissors and poked a hole to make my lines. That made an awful gash. Which look at it. It just looks awful. I told you, mistakes will be made. But my intent was to stick the character through the two slits to make it look like, she had gone through the wall. And it looked pretty good, I have to admit. But I still don't like the rough edges of that cut. So live and learn. Make mistakes and learn from them. Y'all, in Bithaca, pretty much everything has a portal. This lets them teleport to wherever they want to go. This is Misty's portal. And this is the opening to her portal. One by one, everyone went through the portal, and everything was just fine. Misty came in last, except something went wrong. Molly Alien. Y'all, the poor thing, when she came out on the other side, she was nothing but a head. How am I supposed to make a head float? Well, I thought about it, and I thought about saran wrap. Look at that, y'all. You can see through it. I thought that would be perfect, except it did have a flaw. What was going to support it? All I could think of was this poor little head was just going to flop over. So, I then decided that I would draw a body and put the saran wrap between the front and the back like I do every other picture. And you can see through it. I mean, okay, it's not the greatest picture. But you can see through it. It's holding the head up. I can pose her out in the garden. Okay, it's kind of funny. Kind of sad, but kind of funny. Looky there. Sarah likes it. And the king is happy. It's a win-win, right? Y'all, you just gotta get creative and go with it. Just see where it leads you. Y'all, I know this is not the prettiest thing out there, but it's doing the job for right now until I can figure out something better. And some of my dilemma with this story was how do I get them off the ship and back to Bithaca? A portal was what I came up with. This is Misty's portal, but it had no way for a character to go through it. And I was going to need that. So I come up with this top swirly thing and put a slit through it so that then my character could go through that slit and it would look like it was teleporting through something while I took the picture, which turned out really pretty. What I did was I made a, like, a fold like you would a card, and I made the slit right there in the middle. Now this slit is to let my character look like it's going through, but I realized I have it upside down, so I fixed that. Then I get my character and I put it half in the slit, because remember, it's just to make it look like it's gone through, not that it's gone through. And I have it nowhere near in the right place. And in this process, the thing tried to crawl out of view, so I pull it back down. There we go. Okay. Once I finished Mr. Unicorn's portal, y'all, there were a lot of others that's going to need attention from me. Some I have made, and some I'm working on. Here are a couple. Okay, what I used was foam board, and you can get that at Lowe's, Home Depot, any place like that. And I like it better than the white one because you get those little beads that just go everywhere with the white ones. This one's not so bad. I like it a lot. Well, I wanted to carve it into a mushroom. And this was the result. Looks more like a door. But that's what portals are. They're doors. This one's going to be somebody's portal. I just don't know who. I found this at a flea market. Me and my daughter. It was kind of messed up, and it was once a brooch or a pin or something. But I thought it'd be cute as a portal. And then we have the mushroom. This is the back side of it, just to show you that it was once looking like a mushroom. But I wanted it to be, when you looked inside there, there would be where you were going. So I could put small pictures, smaller versions of Bithaca in there or wherever. And each time you teleported somewhere would be a different picture. Well, that was the thinking. And then we have this one. Kind of wanted it to really be a mirror. Sorta. I cut out the outline I wanted, and where I collect rocks, I wanted to use them in the mirror. See? Well, you can kind of see, but when you're this close to it, you do see them. Let's see if you can see any better. Well, you see shiny. I couldn't tell you what any of the gems are, but I do like collecting rocks. Now inside there, I had bought some paint that had glitter in it, and I mixed it with Mod Podge and put it down in there. And honestly, it was level with the thing, but when it dried, it cracked. But that gave it character. I mean, mirrors do crack, right? so it was kind of fitting. But I do like the sparkle look down in there. Oh my goodness. It's a really pretty door. Although it looks kind of plain here, it really is pretty. Okay, that's all the doors I have for right now, but there will be others. I'm still debating on whether I'm going to put that one on the styrofoam or not, or leave it like it is. Always decisions to make, I tell you. This is the glue I use for pretty much everything I do. It's purple inside, but it works really good. Y'all, this was quite a challenging little story, but I sure enjoyed putting it together. I hope all of you have enjoyed it as well. It was sure nice spending some time with you. Y'all come on back for our next adventure. We'd love to see you. Until we meet again, be kind to one another. Bye now. We sure do thank you all for tapping those buttons. Like, subscribe, and share.
May the magic of wonder always fill your heart.